Good morning and welcome again to Real Trading with David Wekulo. I want to give you update about our running trades and we are going to analyze new ones. And I also want to answer a very important question. How do you choose very profitable trading pairs to trade? It is very important. I had some people asking me what are your favorite trading pairs and all those things. In today's video, I am going to tell you how you can choose the most profitable trading pairs for yourself, and we will be managing the running trades and see one or two other trades that we are going to add to the ones that we took already. Without wasting time, let's look at this. If you look at pound CHF, I have taken partial profit. I closed about 80% of the position on pound CHF and CHF JPY and GBP JPY, and I'm going to show you this. If you go to trading history, let me expand this for you to see. Managing your running trades is very important because I noticed that the market is going to do a kind of correction before the next impulse move. So instead of just allowing the profit to be there and then to retrace towards entry point, I had to take some profit. So you can see the profit I took yesterday. I closed 0.08 out of 0.1. So I left 0.02 running on GBP JPY. Okay, and you can see here on that trade we have already closed with a profit of 147 US dollar. And then on GBP CHF we took out $67.44, and for CHF JPY we already took $66.69. So yesterday we closed a total profit of $281.44. So $281.44. Now, if you go to the history for the month, last month, scroll down here, you see that we have made a total of 472 US dollar this month. And if you can scroll to maybe last 3 months, we have made a total of 1,102.32 US dollar profit. Remember, this account, we started with just $500. If you go to the current trades that are running, you see some of them there. Our capital is 1,487, while our equity is 1,550. So there is no hype here. We're taking real trades. Now, if you look at the running trades here, you will notice that I took a trade on New Zealand dollar USD. And as we go into the analysis, I'll be showing you why I took that particular trade. Although US dollar pairs, I'm very skeptical about them due to the economic war, but that does not stop me from taking some of them with proper risk management. Just like I told you, whenever I take any US dollar pair this period or Canadian pair, those pairs that are exposed to the tariff directly, I am going to take it with minimal risk. Having said that, I want to answer the question of how do you choose the most profitable trading pairs. Some of the traders, they say that they are specialists in Euro US dollar. Some say they are specialists in pound US dollar. Some say they only trade gold. For me, that approach does not really work. And I will tell you why. If you have been trading only Euro US dollar or pound US dollar, what will happen to you this period when there is economic war and there is a lot of uncertainty related to the dollar pairs? What are you going to be doing? Because you will take a trade, the trade will be going on, and before you know it, Donald Trump will make a statement and everything will come crashing. So what are you going to be doing if you only trade one particular currency pair? My own approach to choosing the best and most profitable currency pair, I rely on the fundamentals. Just like what you see on this screen. I created this thing you see here, which is called the Weldds macro tracker. As economic news like GDP, inflation, unemployment rate, retail sales, central bank balance sheet, a lot of other economic data, up to 20 of them are being released for all the currencies. I concentrate on the major currencies. So I analyze these currencies, all the macroeconomic data, and I rate the currencies based on the ones that the economy is performing well compared to the other one. Merely looking at this chart here, you will see that the strongest currency is the pound, because pound has a overall rating of 74, and for the past 1 month it has even improved by 4.23%. So ordinarily, you will expect pound to be strong across board. Then for a currency like the US dollar, USD has been fluctuating. It dropped to 3%, dropped to fourth position, came back to 2 position. It's not stable. It's not going towards one direction. And that's why you need to be skeptical about the US dollar, although it is still the number 2 when it comes to overall rating of the macroeconomics. But one of the things you can observe here is the Japanese yen. Japanese yen was even the second strongest currency, but it has dropped by 11.76%. So merely looking at the pound and comparing it to something like Japanese yen, you can see that there is a divergence. While the pound is growing, the Japanese yen is beginning to weaken. So if you pair the pound against the Japanese yen, you would expect the pound JPY to be trending upward, and that is what we are doing here. Looking at a currency like GBP, JPY. For me, the tracker has told me I should look only for buy setup on those pairs. Then if you look at another currency like pound CHF, that is why I was also buying that currency pair. Today, we are taking a currency like New Zealand dollar against USD. I saw the technicals aligned in a way that I feel this trade will be going in favor of the US dollar. So I decided to take that currency pair. And that is the only US dollar pair that I will be taking now. I risk less than I would take normally. All right. So there are many other variations. For now, the one that is showing significant weakening is the Japanese yen. Most of the other one, like euro is the third weakest currency, but it is growing in strength compared to how it performed last month. So that is why when you look at the euro pairs, the euro is getting strength, across. If you look at your chart, let's go to the chart now and see how we are trading these currencies. The first currency you have there is GBP JPY. So let's see what we can do on this trade. Now you can see it clearly that we took the trade somewhere around there and it started going. After it broke this level, it showed me that the uptrend is now very valid because it has clearly taken off the previous high. This was the high we're looking at. So it closed above that high and started retracing with how many candlesticks now? Remember, this is 4-hour time frame. It has retraced by about 5 4-hour candles. So this is a clear retracement. So when I saw the first candle, I had to take partial profit, just like I showed you on that trade, the history. Yeah, and you go to the last 3 days, you will see GBP JPY. If I do trade history, you will see here that we executed the trade around here. When it got to that level there, I closed some of the profits, and then 0.02 is still running. This is what you see there. Okay, that's for GBP CHF. For GBP JPY, this was the trade. We entered it around here. It got to this level after it took off that high, and I had to take partial profit out of it because of this retracement that we are beginning to see. So I might be re-entering that trade today or tomorrow if the opportunity presents itself. Come back to the chart. This is what I will be doing on GBP JPY. If you take your Fibonacci retracement from this level and mark up to there, yes, I would like this currency to come back to the 61.8 fib level for another entry where I will execute another 5% of my trade, or if the momentum is strong, I will probably take it around the 78.6 fib level. So those are two levels that I would be looking to take this trade again because the fundamentals are still much valid. But in case it did not come back there and give me a new entry, the 0.02 that I still have running will still be in profit. I'm not going to add to it until the retracement is significant. So that is for pound JPY. If you look at GBP CHF, the same thing applies, although it has not yet gotten to that high, which is the take profit that we are looking at. But overall, I can see that from here, the market has got to that level. I would likely re-enter this trade with a full position again. If for any reason it retraces to this level, 61.8 fib level, if it comes back to this zone, I might add to the position with a full lot. If it does not come back there, the 0.02 that is still running will keep running to wherever it will be going. All right, so but if we come back there, I will add to the position. Then for CHF JPY, this is the same thing that happened. The market moved from here to that level, came down and got there. I had to take partial profit, but for now, this is what we are seeing from here to there. The market has already come back to a re-entry zone, which is 0.618. But I would still like it to come to the 78.6 if I am going to take that trade at all. Now, the final trade that we have running, New Zealand dollar USD. If you look at New Zealand dollar USD, this is it. If you go to the daily time frame, this is why I took the trade. From weekly time frame, you can see that the market dropped significantly to this level, pushed back there. So if you take this into this point, the market came and retested this level. So after it retests the level, if you go to something like the daily time frame, you will observe something there that this market traded from that high, broke the structure here and closed below, then came back to this zone. I think this is a supply zone. So when I saw what was happening on the 4-hour time frame, I saw something like this. The market started from here, came down, gave you a low, went there, gave a high and another low, then came here to give something like a double top. So that was where I executed the trade. What I will do on this trade is this, because it's a dollar pair and I'm not very sure of what is going to happen. If it breaks here and come back there, then I know that the trade will start running. If not, it might just be in a range like this, in this dead range. Okay, whatever happens, I might close the trade out, or I might just wait for it to, if it breaks down and come back there, then I might go full position for that. You know, I risk 5% for any of this trade that I'm taking here for this particular journey. Okay, but if you look at the New Zealand dollar USD, if I scroll down, you see here my stop loss is just $20 and my take profit is around here. I think it can even come to $136, all things being equal. But if I spot any sign here that this range is going to be playing, I might just close out the trade with whatever profit that I've seen. Somebody in my group sent me a message that I should also analyze USD JPY. Let's look at USD JPY. I'm not actually taking that trade, but let's look at it and see what's going on with USD JPY. Merely looking at the 4-hour time frame, this is what I see on USD JPY. From this level, if you mark your trend line like this, it's clearly a sell on USD JPY, although I would rather not take it based on the reasons I have given you concerning the US dollar and now that the Japanese yen is beginning to appreciate. So if you take this down, the market came to the 61.8, which was a good place to execute the trade. Now it's playing out. What I see on that USD JPY, it might still come back here. If it does that, then maybe you can continue on that trade. All right. Another way of looking at this is, instead of using this place, you can actually draw the Fibonacci from this level. So if you draw from that level, you know, the market came to the 50 point and started dropping. But if for any reason it trades out of this place, just know that it might join the Japanese yen movement. For now, it is a sell clearly, but let's look at the higher time frame and see. For the higher time frame, you are seeing a clear downtrend. It's trending downward from here up, down there. Actually coming, and there is even enough space for it to trade to this area. For the person that asked me about USD JPY trade, this is what I see. There might be that possibility, but whatever you are doing, ensure strict risk management in your trading. Do not just take one trade and go to sleep. The market can still trade to this zone. It is possible, but it's not a guarantee. As you already know, nothing in the Forex market is a guarantee. Tomorrow morning, I will be back here to give you an update. And if you want to join the Weldds Forex Academy, check the description of this video. You will see a link to enroll, right? And I'll be glad to see you there. This is one of the skills that can help you a lot, especially in these trying times when you cannot just rely on one source of income. This trade we have here, we started with just $500. So just imagine that we have made a profit of $1,000 on that. If you divide that by 4, $250 per month that we have taken. But if you divide it by 3, 1,000 by 3, you have almost $333. If you multiply that by the current exchange rate we have in Nigeria, you are averaging around 500 and something thousand naira every month. Is this worth your effort? I want you to approach trading like a full business. There's no hype here. Everything we are doing here is real. Give it the seriousness that it requires. Because what about going to your 9 to 5 job and at the end of the month you are paid 100,000 when you can come here, learn how to trade and trade with proper risk management and responsibility, and then you can end with this at the end of the day. For you to be a profitable trader, it takes learning, it takes education, and that's why I encourage you to enroll into the Weldds Forex Academy. Then I also handle portfolio management. I can trade for you if you have your accounts funded already. If you are contacting me to trade for you, maybe from $5,000, $10,000 and above, even $1 million, we are good. So if you want to do business with me, check the description of the video. You will see a link to my WhatsApp. Chat me directly and I'll be glad to go into business with you. See you tomorrow.